Today we're going to talk about processing donations in bulk in Salesforce using Brickwork. Brickwork is an app created by iATS Payments that you can download directly from AppExchange to process one-time or recurring donations by the credit card, ACH, direct debit directly in your Salesforce environment. Once you download Brickwork, install it in your Salesforce org, and contact iATS to open up your merchant account, you'll be able to use all the functionality Brickwork offers. So for this use case, what we're going to show is how you can import multiple one-time donation records at a time and associate them with a custom campaign. Of course, throughout this demo, you can limit access for your users so that only certain people can process batch transactions, approve them, and create the campaigns and everything that's going to allow you to efficiently manage your donations. The setup for this demo, we can start by looking into our contact records. We'll see, for example, one of our existing donors, Sebastian in this case, who's donated several times in the past, as you can see from the iATS transactions and the associated opportunity records. We're going to be creating new transactions through this batch upload feature. We've also created a demo campaign. This campaign will serve as an example to see how we can associate a campaign to our batch uploads. To get started, let's enter our reporting tab. If we enter all folders, we'll be able to see a folder created by Brickwork once it's installed. Within this folder, scrolling down, we'll see a few different template options that we can use. The first one we'll see is to create batch entries for single transactions, the second one for recurring transactions, and the third to update customer codes. For the sake of this demo, we're going to focus directly on single transactions. And opening up this report, we'll see some examples of previous records created by our batch processes. We can see all the information associated with those donors, including payment information, what the method of payment was, and so forth. All of this we'll be able to set up coming up in our batch upload that we are about to do. To get started by using this template, hit the little arrow and export details only to CSV. This will allow you to have just the column titles for this report, which you can use to fill in with your own donor information. For this demo, I've taken that CSV and formatted it into an example of what a template could look like for your organization. In this case, we'll see that we've created some sample data for donors that we're going to include in our next batch entry. Of course, anytime you're working with sensitive donor information, such as information that can help identify who that person is, or any credit card and payment information, make sure that your organization has robust data privacy and data security protocols. I've highlighted the first row as green to show an existing record. We'll be able to look after to see how an existing donor contact in Salesforce gets updated rather than having a duplicate contact created. As you can see, we've included all the donors' information, including address, contact information, as well as the amount for the donations, the methods of payment, and information regarding that method of payment. In this case, just using test credit card credentials. We've also selected and specified what the record type IDs are for both the contact and the opportunities that we're going to create. I've also highlighted this column, which we've added to show how you can associate campaigns to your different batch uploads. Once you're satisfied with the data in your Excel file and have verified that it's all complete and accurate, we can export as a CSV file. Once we have the CSV downloaded, we can return to Salesforce to complete the batch entry. There are two steps for bulk uploading data into Brickwork. The first is to upload the data directly into Salesforce to be able to create the different records that we want to have. And the second is to sync it with the iATS payment processor to make sure that all donations are processed on time. Let's start by going to the iATS Batch Entries Custom Object. In this tab, we'll see a button labeled Import. This will take us to a standard Salesforce data import process. To get started, Select iATS batch entries as the object that we want to import. Select Add New Records and include the CSV file that we just formatted in Excel. For this particular use case, since we're going to be assigning these records to a campaign, make sure you scroll down to the campaign field and select Salesforce.com ID to make sure we can match these records to the campaign that we created for this demo. Hit Next. In the Edit Mapping screen, you can see that all the fields in our CSV are already matched to fields in Salesforce. The one exception is the campaign ID, since we added that one manually. Click Map and find the primary campaign source field, which will be enabled since we selected it on the previous screen. Click Map. Once that's done, you'll see that there are no errors in our import process and hit Next. Click Start Import, and you'll see this message saying that your import has started. Click OK, and we'll be able to see the bulk data load jobs that we have in progress. At this stage, we finished the first part of the bulk data upload process. For the second stage, let's go back to the Brickwork app, click on iATS settings, and scroll down. We'll see that there's 14 iATS batch entry records waiting to be processed. What this means is that those 14 records that we just uploaded to Salesforce are now ready to be connected to the iATS payment gateway. Let's click on Process iATS Batch Entry Records. We'll see that the process has begun, and to check on the status of our process, we can go to the iATS Logs tab. Here you can see a new log entry, where 14 out of the 14 batch entry records were processed successfully. And if we click in, we'll have additional information about how our batch upload process went. You'll notice here that it says that 14 new opportunities were created, one for each different entry in our Excel sheet, but only 13 new contact records were created. That's because one of the rows was an already existing contact. Let's verify that right now. If we go back to our Excel, we'll see that our existing donor contact that we indicated was Sebastian, who is donating an amount of $98. If we go back to our record for Sebastian Arciniega, we'll see that a $98 donation was processed just right now, and an opportunity for the same amount is also processed and marked as closed won. You'll also notice that this opportunity is associated with the demo campaign that we created earlier, which, if we click on, we'll see all the different opportunities for all the different donors that we had just uploaded. We can see all of them right here. And if, for example, we click on any one of these records, we'll see all of the information that was on our sheet, including the amounts, the payment information, the names and contact information of each donor. We can also click on the contact to see the email and contact information that we had included in our Excel sheet. If we roll up to the household level, we'll be able to also see phone numbers and any additional information about the household that we've created, all of which was created right now using our bulk import process.